Right, I'm literally making this off the cuff. I went up to Beachy Head in the early hours. Suicidal, yeah. And that was last night. Lovely moonlight on the sea, calm, very calm, beautiful. You don't need a torch. The moon is lighting the way for you. If you're not seeing it as a suicide spot, it's very beautiful. But I really, really am close. I know when I'm close to the end because I start doing things that I wouldn't otherwise do, such as using bad language, swearing. And I haven't felt pain like this for a long time. I was crying. And I don't, of course, I always say the same thing over and over again. I don't drink, smoke, or take drugs. And have I wasted money on bottles of alcohol? Well, I'm always wasting money on them because it's poison to me because I'm alcohol intolerant. But I buy it. I know when I'm in a really, really bad way because I'm very, very close to ending it all because of this abuse. So for me to go and buy bottles of alcohol for Dutch courage. Now, I've just hung up on my partner. For me to answer the phone, that's quite a big thing. So he's watching my YouTube and he's saying, why are you saying this and why are you saying that? It's because I'm just calling it what it is. It's not appropriate for him to walk off because he's a really, really, really fast walker. A really, really fast walker. He storms ahead. And to do that to me when I'm trying to tell him something distressing, and he'd just come back from the Samaritans. And it's, funnily enough, it's always about how he left me to sleep rough and how I wasn't invited to his sister's wedding and the fact that I haven't seen his family since the start of our relationship. So it's very difficult to see the wood through the trees when you're a vulnerable woman who has been abused by so many demented psychopaths. Yeah. And on top of it, the council corruption and everything. But you know something? I've just found out how bloody amazing I am. I'm bloody amazing. So anyone who wants to, toss me aside, you're not worthy of me anyway, because I've just found out how bloody amazing I am. And I tell you, it's just worth staying alive just another day to see this evil landlady put in prison. She's 85. She's happy to go to prison. I've just spoken to the solicitor. So to try and get a committal to get her put away for what she's done to me. He said, "Do you want to go back into the house?" I said, I'm not safe going back into the house. It was funny, really, because she said that she doesn't want to put the tenants through the trauma of me being put back in the house. Yes, this is a truly, truly dangerous woman, psychologically dangerous. She told me that she'd lost a niece to suicide because this niece had miscarriages, that she was a retired matron who worked in Princess Royal Hospital, Royal, or something like that in Brighton. So it's, that's probably where the breaches of GDPR come in, but it also sends a message out to those who think that they can get away with malicious gossip and dangerous malicious gossip, because it will come back on your heads. And I am an amazing woman. And I see through all the fakery and I see through all the bullshit, but I give people a chance. I'm not saying that I am going to survive this. Do you know what? It's the sentimental items that are irreplaceable that mean something to me. I've got crippling OCD. She stuffed my suitcases and she's still got valuables of mine. I would like to know why this does keep happening though. Is this a recurring thing? It's recurring, yeah? This thing with my possessions, this thing with my partner knows that my things mean something to me. He knows that family means something to me. And those are the very things that have been the triggers, yeah? Me being on my own, always a threat to dispose of my valuables. His friend Eben, honestly, look at the state of me. Look at me. I've got greasy hair. Look at my back. I haven't slept much. I've been drinking energy drinks. When he screamed at me when I was inside the property at Whitley Road to prosecute him, did he mean that? This is just me speaking to the laptop. This is me just being rhetorical. Because no one can answer that question anyway. But isn't it interesting that after he went to the Samaritans, suddenly he's a victim? But of course I don't want to believe it because I can't cope with it. I can't. I gave my partner my heart. And you know what? Praying to Yahweh, which is something he instilled in me, my faith. My faith with Yahweh is real. And the only reason why I've questioned it is because of the idea of my partner emotionally abusing me. Because when I said to the food bank advocate, she and her husband said, we thought he was abusing you. But I thought, yeah, but then they turned a bit funny. So I'm trying to be balanced here. Because I said to her, I want to burn his Bible. And of course I said that in a state of, anger and distress. And she was like, I don't think you should see Darren anymore. No. But then she didn't want to hear me. Now, telling me not to be silly. And so this is what I mean. So everybody's in this battle, this spiritual warfare battle. So, because she said, Ray and I are praying for you. These are the food bank advocates who helped get me on severe disability. So this is what I mean. You can't see the wood through the trees. But anyway, I just thought I would put that out there. And as I said, yes, it's worth staying alive another day just to see justice done, because it puts the message out there. This evil landlady. And I've got the text messages between me and Jackie from 4 South Road in New Haven, who should still have things of mine, because that's what prompted me to go up to Beachy Head last night, Suicidal, to go and buy alcohol. Her son remembered me from primary school in Seaford. And that property was my childhood best friend's house before I knew her, so she was probably born into that house. I was imagining my childhood best friend as a teeny tiny newborn baby in that house. Because I knew my childhood best friend, I used to play with her in Bishopstone, in their house there. So Jamie, to send me those text messages to say, we've disposed of your things, don't contact us again, we've blocked your number, and you told me you like to help people. And as I said, the legal ombudsman are investigating why you said to me that the council said that if I didn't leave, that you were to call the police. How nice. Because I didn't accept a grotty, unsuitable flat. And Sarah Efford, who worked for Adult Social Care in Eastbourne, said that if the flat was unsuitable, we'll help you find somewhere else. And she left her job. Pretty much like the care coordinator who worked for my doctor's surgery, who was sacked when she said I could have the flat at SDR Living and have it as long as I needed it. And I reported Dr. Stewart to the GMC a week before I was beaten out of my flat of 4 months. Are you taking notes? Well, Alice Victoria Scott, you'll be taking those notes to prison with you because you knew about my YouTube channel before I'd even told you. Oh yes, I will be exposing Eastbourne Borough Council to the And as Monique Prescott said, you've all got a reason to be afraid of me because I'm speaking the truth, because you've got a lot to hide. I'm there for the vulnerable people. That's who I'm there for. You evildoers who push us and push us and push us to suicide. I'm just speaking my truth. That's what I came here for. My late mother would be 86. Her best friend, if she's still alive, would be 89. Her husband, who's got dementia, held me when I was a few days old, and apparently he said, "You've been here before, haven't you?" Because when my mother said I was born, she said I wasn't like other babies. I wasn't all like that. I was wide awake. She said as she was giving birth to me, I was looking all around and the midwives were saying, "Gosh, she's very alert." And I am very alert. That's what awakened ones are. Because I was up on Beachy Head and I was saying to myself out loud, You're not coming back here. So many people who have near-death experiences talk about the light at the end of the tunnel. And as Mark Devlin said, we don't want to go back. We ain't coming back to this shithole. And I was saying, I ain't coming back to this shithole again, but I've still got work to do. So I'm glad I'm still here. And if you don't believe me, because I've got the bottles of alcohol here, because I've wasted money on it. There we go. So, Lillibank Combs, we're not supposed to have alcohol in the room. Well, the council wouldn't even get an illegal evictions officer when District Judge Harper told them to. I don't drink alcohol, but this landlady who should be in prison has pushed me to do this. There you go. Poison. A person who looks suicidal doesn't always look suicidal. I was thinking, shall I go and get a refund? Or shall I hang on to them because I'm not looking forward to the horrors that are ahead of me. But I'm certainly going to know who does and who doesn't love me. I texted my partner's parents a little while ago and I said I went up to Beachy Head Suicidal last night, and that the solicitor, because my partner doesn't seem to want to put the landlady in prison. He wants someone else to get my stuff. Hang on a minute. What about justice being served? I'm going to find out, because he doesn't know. Because I've literally just hung up on my partner who's not liking my videos too much. I'm going to know if my partner does love me. And Abba Yahweh, the name that he brought me to, the name above all names. And I'm not a Jehovah's Witness. Crumbs, no. Are you joking? Are you having a laugh? They say Jehovah, not Yahweh. J, the letter J. It's a new letter. You think I'd be a part of any cult, let alone a satanic one? Well, all cults are satanic. But, oh my gosh, really. My partner strengthened my faith. When I pray to Yahweh, it's real. It's not for show. Anyway, there we go. So I'm glad I got that off my chest. But I would really like to know how the landlady knew my partner's address. because she sent another email, an email threatening me to my partner's address about my possessions. Yes, you've got 30 days to collect your items before I dispose of them. Threats, always threats. Why did Eben, my partner was arrested in his friend Eben's flat. Why did she threaten to dispose of my things? Why is there always a threat to dispose of my valuables? And I hope my partner's looking after my valuables, because I've got some things with him. I don't even want to say this, because the girl next door, I feel bad because, I put a note under her door and she's in physical pain, and I don't want to, but obviously some weird things have been said to me in this house, some derogatory things under the guise of wanting to help me. Sound familiar? So, and people do not know everything. You can't say that to someone you don't know. Are you schizophrenic? And then come out with strange things and then say they want to help you. It's very, very weird. And it's quite paranoid to say to someone that you don't know, are you schizophrenic? That says more about them than you. So I want to find out what the hell is going on here, because none of this is making sense. I've gone from one horror to the next. My SDR flat was beaten from me as a response to my an email from Barwell saying my father died. And then these police thugs, Darren's a CUNT, and they're abusing me. Oh, well, that's okay then. That's okay. So even if my partner was emotionally abusing me, it's all right for you to abuse. So it excuses your horrific crimes against humanity, your hangable offences under Nuremberg trials. And you know what? About an hour or 2 hours ago, I went on Paul Thorpe's live stream. I'm not a technical person, but I went in the live chat, and he put a couple of my things up on his screen. I said I'd like him to hear my story, and I want to go up to London on the 26th of October and to join all the brave ones. Because there are too many cowards. And do you know what one of the things he put up on his screen was? Where are the men to protect us? Because it was a very vulnerable woman speaking, but I didn't get to hear all of her story because I tuned in 10 minutes late. So, I've had a text from my eldest sister and I can't read it again. Anxiety. This is where the PTSD comes from. The solicitor, I've got to explain. He's got to read my emails because I can't say too much. I don't want to say anything. I have to be very careful what I say. My hair is like an oil grease pan. Anyway, there we go. I'm going to leave it at that for now. But I'm staying alive another day. Let's just say that.